done been down before. I had to get up and get it together. Knew one day it would be better. No, I can't struggle forever. Plenty days I was in the past, man. I can't throw no stones up at a glass house. Yeah, from the bottom to the top, baby. Yeah, I can never stop, baby. Oh, they don't like me, oh, that cool. Tell them stop, hey. From the bottom to the top, baby. Bottom to the top, baby. Oh, they don't like me, oh, that cool. Tell them stop. I show you what hustle is. Yeah, make it to places you never did. Yeah, diamonds come from pressure. I've been shining since. Oh, I had to pick up the pieces. I couldn't settle with decent. I'm bringing sand to the beaches. I went through hell for a reason.
You are tuning in to From the Bottom to the Top with your girl Princess with the Real. I'm sitting down with King James today, and y'all already know I like to get all up and through people's business. So I want to hear the story from childhood to adulthood to where he is now in life, and I want to jump right on into it. We don't do small talk over here. So let's start with, did you grow up in a single parent household, or did you have both of your parents?
I had both of my parents.
Okay, so let's talk about your childhood a little bit and how it was growing up.
My childhood was dope.
Now, what's dope?
It has ups and downs. I'll say that much.
Okay, we talking about the ups and the downs, so let's discuss it.
Okay, all right. So which part do you want? All right, I was born in Grady. I'm a Grady baby.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I was born in Grady. I think I remember we was living in Smyrna at the time. My mom was working at the Alto Theaters, I think it was. It was a big movie theater that used to be here in Atlanta. It's closed down now. But she used to work there, and we had ended up getting some people broke into our house like twice. And when that happened, my mother just couldn't take it or whatnot, and then she moved us out to Calhoun, Georgia, and that's where.
Now, how old was you when that happened?
I think I was around 6.
So at 6 years old. So
6
you was
years
in school?
old. Yeah, I was in school. Well, we kind of went to. No, take that back. We went to Calhoun, and then we went back to Alabama because my parents were from Athens, Alabama.
Okay.
So I stayed down there a little bit, but when I got old enough to really go to school or whatnot, that's when we came to Atlanta, and then she got riled twice, and then I think I moved to Calhoun, and I was in kindergarten.
Kindergarten, okay.
Yes.
So you ain't really miss the school you came from. You and that went in.
I did because I remember I was mad. I was mad because I had met this little girl in Atlanta because I had started the school up in Atlanta. I remember going to some school up here. I can't remember which one it was, but and I had a friend. My best friend, his name was George, and I remember there was this girl that had started liking me and everything. But the moment she had started liking me, that's when all the smoke happened, and my mom moved us to Calhoun. So I was in a predominantly black school then, and then she moved to Calhoun, and it was a predominantly white school. So I had to kind of deal with that transition from being around all my brothers and sisters and stuff, and then coming down with all the Caucasians and stuff.
Now,
so
how did you deal with that?
It was rough. It was a rough transition. I ain't gonna lie, I was a hellion. I fought like at least 2-3 times a week.
Now, why was you fighting all the time?
Because I got down there, Mom. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna cap. I'm down here with all these white people, and you just brought me from, you know what I'm saying, all the brothers and shit. You know what I'm saying? I had a little girl that was liking me and stuff like that. I wanted to go back to Atlanta. I was like, look, I don't want to be down here. Ain't nothing but white people down here.
So you thought if you fought, she was gonna let you go back home?
Well, it was the kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm the black dude, and with a classroom with like 33 kids in the classroom. And there might be 2 black kids in there.
But hold up though, 30 kids, 2 black kids. But my question is was they trying you, or did you feel I just need to show who I am?
Both. Both. I didn't want to be there. I didn't want you talking to me. I didn't want the teacher talking to me. Like, you ain't my mama. I don't care. I don't want to be here. Take me back to Atlanta. So, mama, if I'm raising enough hell, you're going to take me back to Atlanta. These
now, did that work?
They're getting on my nerves, and I'm going to start beating up every white boy that got some smoke.
But did that work for you?
No.
No.
Because what changed it was football.
Okay.
Football changed it because as I was getting older, and then I started playing ball, and I was still fighting in school, they came to me and it was like, I remember going to they call it the Winners Club, and it was like the club for the badass kids and the special kids. So they took me there one day. They were telling me like the next step for you, James, is alternative school. So we're gonna, in your alternative school, then you're gonna have to come over here to the Winners Club and be with these kids. So I got in there with the Winners Club, and I'm like, the special kids in here, and then there was some little geek monster little kids, and I was like, oh no, this ain't gonna work for me. You ain't about to have me up in here with these idiots and stuff in here. This not gonna work for me. And they was like, well, if you don't stop fighting and beating up kids and all that stuff and being a hellion in class, then you're not gonna get to play football. You're gonna go to alternative school and everything. So
Now, how old was you when this happened?
I was about 10 at the time. 10,
10 years old. I just like to, make sure I get the full story, So at 10 years old, you was already that bad that they had to sit you down and be like, hey, get it together or we finna have a problem.
I busted one kid. I remember one dude, we ended up becoming the best of friends. It's crazy. His name was Adam Shaw. And I remember we got into it or whatnot, and I like slung his shirt and hit his head on the water fountain and shit like that. And I was mad as hell, He was messing with me though at first,
What did he do to you though?
Calling me big lip nigger and don't laugh, Tony.
So you had to do all of that to him so he called you that.
I mean, they do that, you know what I'm saying, nigger boy and all that extraness, making fun of you.
But they ain't never touched you or nothing like that though.
No, I did the touching mostly.
Okay, that's what I wanted to get to.
Yeah,
I wanted to see who was touching who.
It was like they called me names and stuff, and I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying, you gonna keep on with the smoke, and we fighting.
Okay, so now at 10 years old, they like, okay, you ain't gonna be able to play no more if you keep this fighting up. So what
I
happened?
started playing football, and I was still getting in trouble at school, and that's when they took me over there, and it was like, you got to chill out, and we get to play football, and football was my passion. That was my blood, sweat, and tears right there. Like I promote my brand, and so my coach was like, James, you got to chill out. If you like playing football and you're good, we need you. Then you're gonna have to start being good in school. So if you don't be good in school, then you ain't going to play ball. So when they hit me with that, I piped down.
Okay.
I piped all the way down.
So now you're not fighting no more. How's football going?
So football was going good. Really, I took the fighting to the football field because my coach was like, if they get on your nerves, James, and you feel like the need to do something to them, as I was getting older and everything, it was like, just take them to the football field. And I was like, okay, cool. That'll work for me. So, some of the boys that play ball, they would aggravate me and all stuff like that. And I'm like, all right, I got you, because you coming to the football practice, and when we get to football practice, we're going to handle it.
So, hold up. You wasn't just, like, I'm thinking, like, you playing football and you just taking out extra aggression out there on the field. So, you actually telling people to come to the field to fight?
Well, it wasn't like that. It was more like, I'm going to see you on the football field. So they going to run their mouth or whatnot. But when we got on the field, like if we was to tell coach that we got smoke or stuff like that, he going to set at the drills where it's one-on-one.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Or 2-on-2 or something like that where we can.
And it didn't leave the field.
Yeah, and it didn't leave the field.
Okay.
So that's how we end up developing a friendship after that. Because, smoke, we're going to take it to the field now. We take it to the field, it's going to get real out there. And coach, let's get real out there. We in it.
So, okay. So now you
without getting in trouble.
You building friendships. You're not getting in trouble. You building friendships through fighting, though. Okay.
I stopped fighting when I got to 7th grade because I ended up playing. That's when I went from rec league to middle school ball.
Okay, that's when things got serious.
That's when things got a little bit more serious. I earned my name out there on the field. Coach called me Chocolate Thunder.
Now, how did you get that name?
Because I was a chocolate boy, and one day we had these drills, right, where coach would have all the team lined up, and we doing our exercises, right. Well, we doing our exercises, he'll call your name out, and he's like, I'm gonna start giving y'all nicknames, you know what I'm saying, as how you do on the field. So everybody spread out. So we might be laying down, you know what I'm saying, doing up something like this right here. And we up there kicking, and he'll be like, shoulders, Chastain. That means you got to get up out your seat, find out where Chastain is, and go for it. And it don't matter if he on this side or that side. We get up off our whatever exercise we doing, push-ups or whatever. We jumping up, and it was Coach Wilkins. He said that we and smacking. You know, since he won, it hit the ground like that. So he called me one day, and I come through, and I forget who I had, but he just called me, and I was doing my thing. He's like, shoulders. I forget who he said. I got up, looked for him, took off running, and I hit that boy. It was like, boom. They were like, oh, she was like, oh. And ever since then, Coach was like, I got your nickname now, Shoulders. I was like, what's that? He said, Chocolate Thunder. I was like, oh, hell no. So during the exercise, he was like, Chocolate Thunder. And I was like, oh, boy, who gonna get the smoke? Who about to get the smoke?
Look, that name gave you the big head. Now you got the big head.
I did. I was Chocolate Thunder, so you know what I'm saying? I'm going to bring that thunder to you. And it carried with me to life. I'm going to bring that thunder to you.
So now, did you go to high school playing football as well?
Yes.
Okay, so how was it now transitioning in high school?
High school. High school was going pretty good. I was getting into myself, learning more, and I was just really, really into football. Football was my life. That's what I cared about the most, because I was trying to go play ball and stuff like that. So, in college and everything, and it was just, that's what consumed me. So I lived, eat, wherever, football, and that pretty much was my high school.
It's football.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened after high school?
After high school,
because football was what you wanted to do.
I kind of got in trouble a little bit.
Look, when they say I kind of got in trouble a little bit, that means some juicy stuff is trying to get left out of the story. So before I let him leave out that juicy stuff, we're going to pay some bills real quick, and we're going to be right back. We're going to discuss what happened after high school and where this man is going in life and where he's about to be at. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. Don't go too far. You are back with your girl, Princess with the Real, on from the bottom to the top. And yes, I am still sitting down with King James. I'm trying to get the whole life story, and I feel like he skipped some things because I know he said something about having some siblings. So before we go into the juiciness of what happened after he left high school, I want to jump into your sibling.
All right, so yes, right before high school, middle school, those situations. So, like I said, my mother was working in the movie theaters. So when we moved to Calhoun, she was able to transition her job to another movie theater in Calhoun, Georgia. So that's where she ended up going to the movie set. So times when I didn't want to stay at home and whatnot, I just go to work with my mom and just watch movies and stuff like that until she got off work.
Oh, that's the plug right there.
So one day, I forget what movie I'm watching. I'm watching one movie. I'm getting into my movie and stuff. And they these niggas in the front of the movie theater aisle, and they making all kind of noise, laughing, giggling, just being all obnoxious. They doing the most. So I'm like, this time I'm a hot head nigga. So I'm like, yo man, y'all be quiet up there. I'm trying to watch the movie and everything. I'm 13. I'm trying to watch the movie. They was like, why don't you do something about it? You don't have to shut up, nigga. You shut up. And I was like, nigga, you shut up. And they're like, we take this outside. We're like, let's go outside then. And
that was your wild days when you was fighting all the time.
Yeah,
It
was him and two of his little buddies. They got up, you know what I'm saying? Well, let's go outside. I'm like, let's go outside. I'm by myself. So I'm like, oh, I ain't scared. I ain't.
Now, was they your age?
He was a little bit older than me. Yeah, they was my age.
And you were ready.
So I'm ready. I'm walking out the movie theater and so we walk outside and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm staring this nigga down. He's staring me down. In my heart, I'm looking like something ain't right here. Cause I'm looking at this nigga. And I'm like, this nigga look just like me. That's what I'm thinking in my head right now. And he looking at me like, oh, weird and shit. And I'm ready, cause I was ready to throw down, but we looking at each other like real crazy, like. And he said, all of a sudden he spoke, and he said, "Man, you know what?" I said, "What?" He said, "Man, you my brother." And I was like, "Yeah, nigga, I'm trying to tell you." So I'm like, he said, "Yeah, nigga, man, you my brother." And I was like, man, no, you not, bro. I was like, my mama ain't had no more kids, bro. I'm the only child, no whatnot. He said, no, bro, no, bro. We got the same daddy. And I was like, no, we don't, bro, because my daddy ain't had no more kids. So he was like, bro, I'm serious. He said, go ask your mama. My mama was working in the window at the damn movie theater thing. So I'm like, all right, we're gonna go ask my mama. So we walking up there. I'm still like, man, you stupid, bro. You is not my brother, bro. And I walk up to the window. I said, mama. She said, yeah, baby. I said, is this my brother? She looked at him. She looked at me. She looked back at him, and she started crying. And I was like, mama, why are you crying for?
He got
And she
the
was
same
like,
deal you had just got, but go ahead.
and she was like, yeah, baby, that's your brother. And I was like, what?
You about to fight your brother.
And so I told her, I was like, she said, baby, we'll talk when we get home. When I get off of work, we're going to talk.
Now, how long? How old was your brother?
My brother was 14.
He was 14, you was 13.
I was 13.
Okay. So now he older than you.
Yes.
You find out this your brother.
Yeah. So we chop it up, and I'm like, so I go to him because mama ain't talking no more.
So you stayed there and you chopped it up with him?
Yeah, I can't go nowhere. My mama ain't work. I can't go nowhere. I'm stuck. You know what I'm saying? But so now we walk off and stuff, and he's talking. He looking at him. I'm looking at him like, you really my brother? And he's like, yeah, man. He said, we got the same daddy. And I was like, my daddy at home, and he ain't had no more kids. He said, man, the nigga you named after, that's not your real daddy. And I was like, what? He said, nah, bro.
Hold
I told you a special nigga.
Me, you named after a nigga that ain't even your daddy.
Yeah.
Let me say something on that one, cause
Me too. Let me get.
Now, what was your reaction to that?
I was pissed. When I tell you I'm pissed. Because it was the simple fact that, dang, mama, I've been growing up by myself. You won't let me go with my cousin. I can spend the night sometimes with my cousins sometimes, but most of the time my cousins could spend the night with me. But for me go spend the night with my friends or something like that, mama wasn't having it. You know what I'm saying? It's only strictly family members. Yeah, it's you ain't going out. I was sheltered. So, you know, they bought me. I had all the video games. You know, I even had the 4 controllers for my video games.
You had everything you needed at house, so you ain't had to go nowhere.
You know what I'm saying? But when my cousins came over, we was all playing a wrestling game together and stuff like that. So I always wanted somebody to come play with me and everything. But, you know, I was by myself. I had to be around my cousins and everything. So when I found out that I had a brother, in which he told me I had a younger brother, and then he told me I had a sister too.
Hold on.
That I hadn't met nobody.
So was all of these your daddy children?
Yes.
So daddy was getting around?
Yes.
And you didn't even know daddy was getting around like that. Now, hold on. Was daddy still with your mama?
No.
Okay.
No, my mama was with my daddy who raised me. The one I call him because my real daddy.
The one that ain't your daddy?
Yeah, my real daddy I seen him once after I was 13. I pressed my mama about going to see my daddy. I wanted to really see him and everything because I did wonder, like, being raised with my stepdaddy. You know, as I was getting older, I was looking in the mirror. I remember I was looking in the mirror one day, and I was young, and I was like, I asked my stepdaddy, I was like, why we don't look alike? And he was like, you took after your mama's side. You know what I'm saying? So
I got a question, though. Did stepdaddy know that he was not real daddy?
Yes.
Okay, so he knew.
Because it came a time when, like, my parents have been together since they were 20 years old, and they've been married for, like, going on almost 50 years now. So they had broke up before they got married. They had broke up for a year, and during that year, that's when she met my daddy. You know what I'm saying? We met my real daddy, and you know, did whatever and had me. She was back with him when she had you, and he said, you know what, that's my daddy. I think I was born. When I was born, my real daddy, they had already broke up and whatnot, and my stepdaddy came back in. And then, like, when I was received or whatnot, she named me after him.
Okay, so
and they've been married ever since.
And I had to go back and get that backstory because I felt like you was leaving something out, and that's some stuff right there now.
I always tell everybody when my documentary come out, everybody gonna trip about that because they be like, "That's how you met your brother." I'm like, "Yes, me and my brother was about to dead." Like,
so what is your relationship with like after you met him, after all of that? Like, what is y'all relationship like going forward?
He's the closest person I have in my family.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we are the closest.
Wow.
I love my big brother.
So you
to
met
death.
him
He's
at
my mentor.
13 years old.
He's my mentor.
He only a year older than you. And he's your mentor. So
he's
still mentor. In your corner to this day.
To this day, I talk to him almost every other day. We talk and everything too.
So how did y'all start building that relationship?
It was kind of rocky at first because my mom still didn't want me to kind of be on that side of family because they was religious. So it was a religion side into half religion side because they was
Hold on now. Okay, let's get into the religious stuff. Like how religion? Like where
my
we
mom, at? My mom ended up becoming an evangelist.
Okay.
So we like our relationship is kind of rocky.
Okay.
And I ain't even gonna lie, like we barely communicate even now.
Is it because she don't agree because of her religion?
Yeah,
with some
because
of the things that
she says I'm living in sin, so she can't condone it. That's why she don't speak to me.
And so now I got the backstory about your brother, and you met your brother, and you found out you got a whole bunch of siblings. Daddy was getting down. So we got all of that. So now we finna transition. Daddy was loose with it now. Like, and that was real daddy, not the daddy that raised you. He was loose with it.
Yeah, he was loose with it.
So Buddy was loose, and now you transitioning out of high school, and you wanted to play sports. You wanted to play football.
Well, I end up getting hurt. Well, no. End up messing a little bit up in school, and I got delayed on graduating and everything, so had to get that situated, and I ended up working this little job at this little restaurant called Flying and J. So I was saving my money and everything up, so I was gonna get ready to go to Job Corps, which I ended up getting in Albany State and going back to school and everything. But in the midst of me being at that job, that's when I met my first baby mama and everything. So, which we ended up breaking up. Because, my baby mama 11 years older than me. So.
Okay. So, hold up, though. Did you always date older women, or did she
I really didn't date at all, really, because I was a really shy kid.
Okay,
so I
was
really terrified.
Was with an older woman.
Yeah, because she worked at the Flying J where I worked at. I was a third shift cook. So
now, she didn't take advantage of you or nothing, did she?
No, that's kind of hard to do.
Okay.
Yeah, but...
Look, you paused for a moment
I'm 19 though. I'm 19, so and and no, because
she was 30.
She was 31. I was 19.
Okay.
And she would work second shift. I worked third shift, but she would stay after her shift. She would come back for my shift, and she would come talk to me like through the night and everything. So I'm young and whatnot, so she kind of preyed on me, I think.
Yeah, she preyed on you a little bit, just a little bit. So was she giving you some money or something? Like what? Like what was the
it was
like?
just genuine. I think what happened was she ended up got kicked out of her apartment, and she had like 3 kids already. She had 2 15-year-old boy twins.
So you taking care of her kids?
They got kicked out, and I ended up putting them in a new apartment and all that. And then
got them.
Once I did that, I was like, it was the first time I had like to go kick it over a girl house without. I'm 19 now, so I'm old. I got my own little car. I got my little brand new S10 truck and everything.
And now you said she had kids before you.
She had 2 15-year-old boys, and I was 19. Boys,
and you 19. So you the same age, pretty much as her churn now. Okay.
Beating her back in.
So like, hold up. I want to know what it was like pulling up at her spot, trying to go beat her back in with her boyfriend.
It was slick weird. I ain't even gonna lie, but it worked out because we were in the same, like they 15, I'm 19. We playing video games together and playing basketball outside.
So they were cool with it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They was cool with it. It was weird at first, but they got cool with it. And the night they went in their bedroom, I went in their mama's room.
Okay, so how long was you with her? Look, how long was you with her?
We was together about 8 months. I think.
Oh, okay. I thought you about to say years. I'm about to say what?
No, She kind of got to the point where she was on my ass because she wanted me to be a 30-year-old nigga and I'm a 19-year-old nigga. So.
But the 19-year-old nigga in 7 to 8 months got her pregnant.
Yeah, Cause she was supposed to been on birth control. She told me she was on
You
birth
don't never
control.
believe them when they say
I'm
they on birth
19.
control.
What you gonna tell that to a 19-year-old?
Don't believe them. They all trying to impregnate.
I wasn't getting no poontang then. It was the first time I was actually staying the night at a girl house, and I didn't worry about my mom. I ain't worry, at first, but then you know what I'm saying. I'm like shit, 31. I'm getting me some name now, you know what I'm saying? I'm growing up, nigga. I'm getting some hair on my chest. You know what I'm saying? I'm lit.
So 9 months later, after the 7-month relationship.
After 7 months, we broke up because I wanted to go spend time with my friends and play video games all night, and she got.
Hold up. Okay, so you go get with an older woman. You act like you can handle an older woman, but you want to go play video games.
I was taking her up through there.
The relationship broke up because you wanted to play video games.
No, it broke up because she couldn't handle her responsibility.
Because you wanted to play video games.
No, it wasn't that. It was just I wanted my me time, but for her,
she needed help.
She was always behind on all the bills and stuff getting cut out.
Yeah, you a grown woman, you got to be grown too.
But I'm just saying though, I'm like, you 31, you supposed to be teaching me. You know what I'm saying? I'm 19.
She ain't no teacher.
I'm 19, you 31. Come on with the game. You supposed to be teaching me at this time, you know what I'm saying? You supposed to teach, look, James, you about to become a man, you know what I'm saying? But I'm sitting here helping you out, and I'm 19. I already put you in an apartment. I'm taking care of your stuff. And light about to get cut off. I'm like, what you doing?
She knew what she was doing.
I was like, where the money at? No, she's like, where your money went? I had to go to Walmart and buy this and this and that. I was like, why you didn't pay your water bill first and then go buy this and that?
Because you was going to do it.
No. I'm 19. No, I'm saving my money to go to school. I'm leaving. And we ended up breaking up, and I went to school. It's just when I was in school, I got good. About 7 months later, she called me. I'm in the dorm room. I'm cutting up one of my homeboys and shit. She called me. I'm like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Talk to you in a minute. She's like, Jane, I got something to tell you. I'm like, what's up? She said, I'm 7 months pregnant. I'm like, no, she said, I'm pregnant. And I was like, you pregnant? I was like, girl, I ain't. At this time, it had been about 7 months since I've been in school. So she said, I'm pregnant. I'm like, girl, I ain't seen you in months since I'm in school. That ain't my baby. You know what I'm saying? She said, James, I'm 7 months pregnant. I was like, so I'm in school. I'm like, man, how the hell? And she said, I told you to stop nothing in me, James. I was like, but I thought you was on child's birth control. No, this is what she tell me. Talking about I ran out of money and I couldn't get my new prescription. So I was like, I seen the bottle on the damn dress and said it was empty. I was like, why you didn't tell me, James? I ran out of pills. If you don't stop nutting in me, we're going to have a baby. Instead of I'm sitting there, oh, I like, James.
James, though.
Stop nutting in me, nigga. I'm 19.
Would you have stopped?
Yes. I would have pulled out. Cause we fucking for like 3-4 months right now, just everything cool.
Right out.
You know what I'm saying? We cool. I ain't.
No attempt to try to pull out.
Man, I'm 19. This is my first piece of. This is my first piece of little choom choom, man. I'm good. I'm 19.
So now your first piece of choom choom turned into a baby.
Yep.
So now what's going on?
So then I tried to be the good Samaritan, leave playing up there to come back to school in Calhoun. And then see after my child and try to make it work, but that didn't work.
So, what happened? Why did it work?
Because she wasn't responsible and she didn't want to. I hate any person that lets life defeat you. So she was a person I was like, what's your goals? Like, what do you want to do in life? And she was like, I'm going to work at Walmart. And I was like... You work at Walmart, you don't want to go back to school, get no training, something like that. You know what I'm saying? She's like, I can't do that. I'm too old. This January 3rd to go back to school. I can't this, I can't that, I can't this, I can't that. All that can't with a nigga like me ain't gonna work.
So how long did you try to make it work?
A couple of months.
Okay, so a couple months, you move on. Is you 20 at this time?
Yeah, I'm 20 at this time. Actually, about to turn 21. My son is born. We broke up, we broke up like at birth. Like we
And so, like, you said your first baby mama. I caught that. Like, you said your first baby mama. How many baby mamas you got?
No, I got one.
Okay, because you had said my first baby mama, so I just wanted to make sure I caught that. So you got one baby.
One
Okay.
baby right now.
Okay, one baby right now. Right now. Hold up. You said right now.
Right
Is there
now.
something on the way or something?
Huh?
Oh, wow.
I don't know what you talking about.
When somebody say, huh? When somebody say, huh? You already know something funny going on with the huh. There may or may not be another baby on the way. There may or may not be another one.
We gonna leave that. So we gonna leave that.
Okay, so there's a possibility, but we ain't gonna go too deep into possibility. Okay, so now you about to be 21. Look, we'll touch on that possibility later. But there's a possibility somewhere in the water.
Oh my God! Okay.
There's a possibility in the water. I caught that. I caught that. I just want you to know I caught it.
I know you did. Women always do.
Yeah, I caught it. Y'all stay tuned. It might be another one.
No,
okay.
I'm not with you. I'm not with you. Okay. All right.
So now you 21.
Yeah.
You 21.
Yep.
You probably already been drinking because you already been fucking and doing everything else.
No, I wasn't a big drinker. I smoked.
Okay.
I was a weed head.
So when you started smoking?
15.
15.
Yeah. 15. My cousin Morrison kind of got me high one day. My grandma had this little fence. And I remember Morrison was like, dang. I was like, what? Well, they call me Benet. My middle name is Benet. So all my family call me Benet. They was like, Benet, you want to come smoke? And I was like, smoke what? He said, some weed. I was like, some weed? I was like, you got some weed? He's like, yeah. I was like, I don't know. He's like, man, come on. I was saying, so we outside of grandmama's house and, you know, we smoking, hot boxing in the car and shit. After I smoked that little joint, you know what I'm saying? I can't stop laughing and shit. We me and my little cut, we going in, just laughing and shit. And we was like, well, we got to go in the house with grandma at nighttime. We snuck out and shit, so grandma locked the fence. And there was a fence around her house. So we was like, look, we got to get over the fence and stuff like that because grandma done locked the fence. And I was like, Morrison, I'm high as hell. I can't do it, bro. I can't do it. He's like, yes, you can. You know what I'm saying? He climbed the fence, nigga jumped over the fence. And I'm like, I don't know if I can do it, bro. I'm laughing every day. He's like, but come on, man, for grandma, I'm going to come out here. So I'm climbing the fence. I'm high as hell. So I get over the fence, and I'm climbing over there. I grab one of the other fence. I'm trying to lean over, and I'm like, Morrison, I can't do it. I can't do it. Morrison's like, yes, you can. I said, no, I can't. I'm high. I'm falling. He's like, no, you're not. Then I fell off the fence. Blue. Dum. Laughing like hell. We just laughing. And I remember we went in the house and he called one of his little chicken heads and we was just laughing at her. Everything she said was funny.
Oh, so you one of them smokers? Okay.
At that time, my first time smoking it. You know
so ever since then, you've been smoking.
Blowing it down.
Okay. So any run-ins with the law as you know, we in the 21 now. Look, when a person go to doing their eyes and rolling their eyes in such matters like that, when you talk about the law, you know some juicy stuff finna go on, and there's been some law encounters. So what we gonna do is we gonna pay some bills, and we gonna jump back into him as he's in his adulthood, and we gonna discuss his adulthood and where he is today, and we gonna let him sign out. We're letting y'all know where to find him at, as well as with some inspiration. You know, it's all about inspiring and motivating other people. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. Y'all can go pee real quick, but make sure y'all come sit back down and tune in for the show. From the bottom to the top with your girl Princess with the Real. We are back to From the Bottom to the Top with your girl Princess with the Real. And of course, James done had me all over the place with this story. Like, he done tried to keep some things from me. He done tried to say pieces of the puzzle and then try to leave things out. But I wouldn't finna just let that happen like that. So we finna jump back into the story of the grown hoodness, you know, after the baby. You know, after, you know, the complications with the baby mama. We finna get into his life of, you know, who he is as a man, as a grown man. And we finna transition into where he is now in life. So let's jump right back into it.
All right, so at this time, this is the real intricate time of my life right now because me and my brother are really gelling on our relationship, and my brother was a rapper. You know what I'm saying? He kind of reminded me of Tupac. He was, he rapped like Tupac, and he was always writing and stuff like that. I was having these dreams, and I would see these dreams. Like, at this time, I had stopped playing football. I had got my trade, but I'm working in a bunch of carpet mills and stuff like that. Um, and as things was developing, I'm hanging around my brother. I started having these fierce dreams. The first ones were me playing football again in an all red jersey. Like everything I had on was red, and I was like, I couldn't. I just kept having these fierce dreams, like I'm gonna play ball again. And the other part of the dream, I seen myself with my hand in the air, and it was just thousands of people, and I was speaking to them. And these dreams were real, real fierce, real potent. I just wake up out of my sleep like I'm not having these dreams. You know what I'm saying? I ain't playing ball no more, and all something. So coming out having friends. Next thing I know, they had reached out to me. It was semi-pro football team came out in Calhoun and whatnot. Boys reached out to me, wanted me to play. So forth. Their jerseys, everything was all red. North Georgia Bulldogs is what they were called. All red. Next thing I know, I'm playing football again. And I was like, it hit me then. I was like, dang, I dreamed this shit. And at this time, I'm about 23 now, still playing ball. I played like 3 seasons. We won us a ring and everything. I was pretty turned. Played arena ball for a little bit. And
So you back to the game that you love.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I was back to the game I love, but those dreams of me standing and talking to the masses was really coming in more at this time. I had already had my premonitions of my visions on football, and it manifested itself. So now I'm having these dreams, like, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm not that type of guy. I don't be in the public eye like that unless I'm playing ball. But as far as like being a spokesman and rapping, and I'm like, look at my brother, I was too shy. I always listen to my brother, and I would want to write and rap too, but I was scared to rap in front of my brother because I thought I was gonna come out green as hell and he was gonna laugh at me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I ain't gonna do it. I eventually started coming out of my shell and doing it. The dreams was getting worse, and I started finding myself going deeper and deeper into the music industry.
Okay.
At this time, I had my trade and everything. I was a welder when I went to school, learned how to weld and everything.
So you had money in that just with your trade of being a welder.
Yeah.
You can make money through that.
Yeah.
But you decided to pursue the rap career with it
watching
your brother?
Well, I was communicating with my brother and everything, and then we kind of had lost touch a little bit. I remember he was taking me to Dalton, and I met Lewis Ward and James Ward. They call him King Black and Lou Fi, what they call him. My brother was dating their sister. So when I went to Dalton or whatnot, and I was kicking with my brother, he hollering at their sister and stuff. I'm in the back room chilling with them niggas, and Lewis, he was a producer.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just, bored kicking it with them. He was like, nigga, you rap? And I was like, no, not really. I don't think I can rap like that. My brother rap and everything. He's like, nigga, everybody can rap, man. Rapping is easy. And I was like, nah, I'm kind of green with the situation. He's like, nigga, I'm about to make you a rapper right now. So I was like, well, shit, you playing with the shit. So we started rapping. I remember Black came in. That was James Ward. He came in, heard the little record we was working on. And he was like, man, he's like, nigga, I'm about to make this nigga a rapper. And then make the rapper. He's like, man, hell no, that nigga lame as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And I was, though. I was. You know what I'm saying? I was lame as shit. I was green. I smoked weed. I played football. And I went in the street like that. I was sheltered. I didn't know nothing about the dope boy life and nothing, you know what I'm saying? Because when Black came in, this nigga had a big duffel bag, you know what I'm saying, full of all kind of shit. And that motherfucker, money and everything. He's like, nah, this nigga lame as fuck. Man, I ain't fucking with this nigga. I ain't fucking with this nigga.
But you was ready, though. You was ready to rap.
So Lewis like, man, don't pay that nigga no attention. Don't pay that nigga no attention, you know what I'm saying? I'll make you a rapper. So I kept fucking with Lewis. I ended up kept going to Dalton and everything.
Okay.
And I met the girl down there, you know what I'm saying, my first love, and I met her, and we started kicking in, so I was always going to Dalton. I started recording with him. I started getting better and better and better. Well, James Black, well, I call him Black because we both, his name James, my name James, so I was just calling him Black. So, you know what I'm saying, he's listening shit, and like, this nigga is getting better. And we end up becoming the best of friends. And we started a rap group called 424. It was me, Lewis, and Black, and we started rapping. And Then they turned me into, like, I always say I became an educated nigga before I became a hood nigga.
Okay.
And at this point, I was educated, and I came into them, and then they showed me the dope boy life.
Okay.
And then I started moving dope, and that's when my jail days started coming in, and running from child support, getting locked up, stuff like that. But we was rappers. We was out there in the block, you know what I'm saying, getting it. As I started doing that, and you know, my friends started kind of, my niggas was getting locked up and stuff like that too. But we was the niggas out there in the street, in Dalton, moving all kind of work. But my boy started getting locked up, and then you know, once he started getting locked up, the kind of passion kind of drizzled down.
The street passion.
Yeah,
Okay.
and rapping. And
Oh,
plus recording and
rapping,
shit.
okay.
We used to do it every weekend.
Okay.
You know, and I ended up quitting for a while.
Okay.
And my cousin ended up getting me back to rapping.
How did he
My
do that?
two cousins,
How
because
did
they
they
came
do
to
that?
my little trap house. Cause you know what I'm saying, I was that nigga in the street, you know, becoming an up nigga in the streets. I was kicking it with some club owners in Dalton, you know, learning the club scene and stuff like that. But, you know, I was just moving my work, and he was like, nigga, you know what I'm saying, I want you to fuck with me, you know what I'm saying, push me, James, you know what I'm saying, cause you know we some rappers and stuff like that. And you know, I had been rapping, but I stopped a little bit, but I was still in the scene and shit. And I was like, you know, okay, I'm gonna come out. They got a group called Stunt Gang. And they started recording record. I was being their manager. I was, you know, selling all the dope in the world. So I was taking my dope money and putting it back in the
hold on. So you a dope boy, you rapping, you managing at this point. Now, how old is you at this point when you doing all of this?
At this point, I'm about 26,
So you 26. You in the streets, you in the industry, but you in the industry on two different
I'm in
levels.
the country with it.
And
I ain't in Atlanta with it. I'm in Calhoun, Dalton area.
Okay.
I done moved to Dalton at this
Okay.
point, and we rocking in Dalton right now, moving the movement and everything. The
Okay.
Stunt Gang. Well, they ended up getting a big head and everything, kind of falling off, and you know we had our little fallout, and I was like, all right, cool. So I met this other cat, you know what I'm saying, named D. Scott. They call him Interstate Knox. He had Interstate Kings Entertainment. He ended up coming to me and was like, you know, James, let's work together and everything. So at that time, I was about that check entertainment. He was Interstate Kings Entertainment. So we started doing parties together. I started hosting them, you know, back there in the country, Cartersville, Cedartown, Marietta, all that little circuit. And as I start growing, learning the industry and everything, you know, my dreams is keeping me into it because I'm never in the same spot as I was the year before into the next year. I'm always somewhere different.
progressing.
So that dreams was haunting me. So I'm like seeing, but I'm like, I don't know when, what, how, where I'm going to accomplish what's in my head and my visions, but I know I got to keep pushing. So everybody, as I kept pushing, and me and Interstate, you know, with Interstate, I did a lot with Interstate, and that ended up getting me into radio.
Okay.
And as everybody was kind of getting, we had a popular name back home in the country. So, you know, I'm just looking at, we in the country, we doing things, and I'm looking, and I'm like, Atlanta's an hour away. That's Black Hollywood. But we in the country with it. If we gonna blow up, we gotta go to the city with it.
Okay.
But none of my country niggas want to come to the city. So, you know, I'm the type, I used to go to McDonald's on Fulton Industrial Boulevard, and I used to sit up there with nothing to do. I had 34 followers when I came to Atlanta. And I would just sit in the parking lot and try to figure out what to do. I was looking at the compound, Lennox, not Lennox, but Alex, AT Entertainment was throwing all them parties at the compound. They had that RSVP. You know, you can go online and they give you free tickets.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, shit, let me go online, fill out there. I get me 13, 14, 15 tickets. I go on Facebook and be like, yo, I got 15 tickets to go see Rick Ross in his album release party. You want to go with me? James, I want to go. James, I want to go. I want to go. Next thing you know, I got me a little squad of girls, you know what I'm saying, want to go with me. We busted off in there. Every time K. Michelle, T.I., Chris Brown, anytime they had somebody big, I go to the RSVP, give me some tickets. I give everybody the tickets. We show up, made it good with the security guard. But I was still trying to find, like, what's my niche, what's going to work. And as I ended up going to AMA Radio, and then Interstate Sundays for like a year. I ended up seeing that was my way to get people to sought after me. But after a year, it's like AMA was too kiddie kinda. It's like True Child was I was a real comedian act. My brother, my older brother was with me on the show. It was me, him, Mahogany, and my other nigga. Damn, I can't think of his name right now.
So you started on the radio with your brother and stuff.
Yes.
Okay. So now you doing the radio stuff. Are you still involved in the street stuff while you doing the radio stuff?
A little bit.
A little bit. Still involved in
I'm
the street
welding
stuff?
at that time. I'm doing construction building, commercial construction at that time.
Okay. And so now at this time, you getting tickets to shows, you inviting people out, you networking. That's the part of networking.
Yeah.
So you networking, you building your platform of what you gonna do. Now, I like to speed things up because I want to get the whole story, and I can't get the whole life story in an hour.
Oh, my shit.
So I gotta like to speed it up a little bit. And I know, like, the first time I saw you, you was judging at the city, at, showcases and stuff. And then you moved on to doing other things. So I want you to kind of touch on, when you were doing that judging, at the same time, you were still working on Highly Unique Radio, doing your show, Rap City ATL.
Well, see, I had transitioned from AMA Radio. I had met Rich Black from Interstate, and we was going up there recording with Rich Black, and he had a radio show there, so I always looked at it. I ended up moving the show over there, and that's how I started Rap City ATL.
Okay.
I met DJ Lake the Shooter. When me and Shooter got together, that's when really Rap City ATL came together. We weren't even Rap City ATL at that time. We was the Friday night countdown show.
Okay.
So I had an hour. He was like, James, come on over my platform. Here's an hour. I got to open it on Friday nights. It's called a Friday night countdown show. Book artists to get on the thing. So I was like, cool. Me and Lake went through 1 week of that, and I was like, Lake, the name ain't gonna work for me. So that's when I was trying to think about what we gonna name it. So that's when I thought about my childhood favorite, Rap City, the Basement, and I thought about Atlanta, and I was like, well, I'm a big Rap City fan. Rap City made me. So I put Rap City and ATL together and came up Rap City ATL, and that's when we kicked that off.
So when you first kicked off, it was just you
and Lake the Shooter.
In this
little room. Me and Lake the Shooter.
So y'all, so you came up with the ideas, but you and Lake the Shooter, y'all discussed, making this happen.
But I didn't know him. He didn't know me from a can of paint. You know what I'm saying? Knox had told him, nigga, reach out to me. I needed a DJ. You know what I'm saying? He hit me up, said he was gonna be there, and the nigga was there. So we gelled it. I didn't know if it was gonna work. I didn't know him. He didn't know me. So we just jumped together, got together, came up with an idea. The moment we put it out there, Rap City started paying for itself. That instant the first episode, it started paying for itself.
Okay.
From then on, so
now you go from there. You working with him. Y'all building the Rap City ATL. Y'all adding more people to the platform.
Well, that's when I started handpicking from my friends or whatnot, cause I went on tour with Lynn Tate. That's how I met Sweets. Sweets was doing Beat of the Streets. I heard her on the radio doing her thing, and I always told Sweets, I was like, damn, I want to, turn up like you and everything. So as we started Rap City, we was airing for about 3 months, I think, and then we booked Lynn Tate to come in. Lynn brought Sweets and everything. The moment I heard Sweets' voice on the radio and on the mic, I knew she was my Angela Lee. I knew it at that point. And she was on Beat of the Street, so I was like, and at that point, I'm still building myself in Atlanta, so I'm like, dang, I want to ask her. So I was like, Sweets. I was like, why don't you come be on the show with me, be with my co-host? And she thought about it, and was like, she's talking about lead Beat of the Streets. I was like, yeah, I'm BDS over here, how do you need? You know what I'm saying? I need a co-host. And she said yes, and once she said yes, it was up from there. I ended up getting Rick the host, and he started being on the show, and we had Rap City ATL each and every Friday at 9 o'clock, like clockwork.
I'm going to speed it up a little bit because I know that, when y'all was at Highly Unique, y'all was big. Y'all was major over there.
We was moving.
Like, things was moving. Y'all was always having big guests in there.
Yep.
Y'all was always booking people.
We was always deep as fuck.
So, you went from Highly Unique, and you still doing everything else that you're doing. You went from Highly Unique, and then, you moved to another area.
Because I got to a point where I kind of felt like I almost felt like I was outgrowing Highly Unique Radio and the morale, because we've been there 3 years at this point, winning awards and everything for the top podcast show and internet radio platform and Highly Unique Radio. We was booming, but I kind of I had that vision for that Rap City, the Basement / 106 and Park in my blood. So I ended up meeting OG Hood Rich and everything, and that's when he had sold me a whole bunch of dreams about going over there and shooting my show like that. So I did that. That's what I've been doing for like the past 9 months, and it helped me get my platform out there more. But the BDS and the radio and all that, I found out all that was fugazi and everything, and it was just I was really just getting scammed and stuff like that. But I was able to practice on my platform for Rap City between airing from an interview status to a live performance status and bring in a live studio audience.
Okay, so you were able to see the growth in the things that you were doing.
Yeah.
Once you moved over there, even though it was some bad blood and some bad things going on, you were
I
still
was
able
able
to grow
to
from there.
develop. I was able to develop more, and then everybody come on in and everything. So that brings us up to pretty much like now, and I went out again this year on the Hip Hop Awards. 3 times running Platform of the Year. I did Host of the Year for Southeastern Music Awards. Me and Mike Beasley got Song of the Year and Music Video of the Year and Yo ATL Raps Club Banger of the Year. So I ended up with 5 trophies this year, the most trophies I've ever got this year from both Hip Hop Awards. I probably got like 15 in all from the last 3 years. We might have like 30 nominations between the whole squad from the last couple of years.
So with all of your growth and everything that has happened, the ups, the downs, the struggles, the pains, and everything that kept you going in this lane, so through all of that stuff, if you had to leave the viewers with something, what would you say to the people?
How many people can you help make it to the top but yet beat them there? Being able to show others that it's okay to support another, that you can grow together. And that's what's going on in our hip hop culture. They're bumping heads against each other because my movement's bigger than your movement. Your movement's bigger than my movement. When we can grow together. There's a lot of money out here in it. I'm the man that's showing everybody that you can defeat any budget with what support. Because Rap City ATL, I created off of being irritated from Interstate Knox for not believing in me. And I told him, he always threw budget in my face because he had more money than me. And I always resented that. And I was like, I'm going to show you. Because I can defeat any of your budget. I don't care how much money you got. If I have the support of the people, then I'm going to outweigh how much money you got. Because they're going to you got all that money, but this nigga got all the people with him. Everybody fuck with him. So I was showing that we can support each other. So I created Rap City also as a way as an artist so I can filter through and see all of my competition, see all of my enemies, see all of my friends on the same platform so I can conglomerate it all, suck it in like a sponge, like you have a sponge, add water and watch it grow. And that's what I'm doing. I'm bleeding through all the artists so I can see my competition, see what I have to work with to see how I'm going to put myself out. Because I wanted to grab a legit, organic fan base. Not social media fan base, but street cred fan base. I know niggas with 1 million followers that can go up to Boosie's door and go like, yo, Boosie, I got 1 million followers. Can I come in and chill with you? Nah, hell no, nigga, get the fuck out my yard. I got 21,000 followers that I work hard for, and I can go knock on Boosie's door, and he be like, oh, King James, come on in, bro. You know what I'm saying? Here's a blunt. Let's smoke. And that's what Boosie. And it's like with a lot of the legends, I've probably had the most legends and the most dope people come to my podcast show than anybody in Atlanta. And plus, I've been airing since 2016. I've aired every Friday since 2016 and probably missed 2 shows. The third show that I probably missed was because I took the crew to South by Southwest for the South by Southwest tour. We go down there every year. I take a whole bunch of artists. We're in a bunch of big Airbnb, and we go turn up for South by Southwest, and I air the show down there. But other than that, since 2016, even in jail, I accepted my first award for Host of the Year. I think it was, 2017? 2017, I was Host of the Year. I was locked up in jail. I had to call my girlfriend from the video chat And when she called me video chat, she's like, "Baby, you won, you won." I'm in jail, right, on the video camera and shit. All my cellmates are like, "Oh shit, James, you ain't no cap for real." I'm like, "Bro, I told you, you know what I'm saying? I won my first Atlanta Hip Hop Music Awards, and I seen it on, and I'm in jail, you know what I'm saying, looking at the phone. I used to call in from jail on my radio show and just make sure it's airing and stuff. And they accept my call. I would call in, you know what I'm saying, check on my people,
So
all
through
that good
all
shit.
of that, through all of the, hardships and everything that you're going through, the stuff that you're going through right now with your show, it's going to get back on air because that's what you want and that's what you're going to push for.
I'm really already on air. I just ain't told nobody where I'm going yet. I'm still going to kind of leave that to a mystery.
Okay. So while we
because he live right now, so I can't say it. I would say it for this because they ain't gonna air yet, but you live right now, so I can't.
So while we leaving that to a mystery, I want you to let my viewers know where they can find you at, your platforms, all of that. Go ahead and speak directly into the camera and let them know.
What up, world? It's your boy, man, King James, man. I'm CEO of Rap City ATL, man. One of the longest running podcasts in Atlanta. We are the top dogs, Rap City ATL. You can find me at Rap City ATL on Instagram at I am King James, and that's IAMKXNG James. I don't spell my name with an I because there's no I in team, so it can't be an I in the King. So that's I am King James on Instagram. Rap City ATL. You can Google me. I'm very Googleable. You know what I'm saying? I'm very Googleable.
Y'all heard it, and I appreciate y'all for tuning in on today's show.
And she got more information up out of me with this drink. I'm not messing with you in these drinks. You in these drinks, it's not working out for me because you got a little bit more information than I wanted to give out.
That's the whole anticipation. That's why on From the Bottom to the Top with your girl Princess with the Real, you always gonna see us drinking on something, whether we drinking blissfully drunk cocktails or we drinking something else. You always gonna see us drinking because I already know when they get to drinking, they get to talking. So make sure you stay tuned to the show week after week, every Thursday at 7 p.m. It's going to be airing. Make sure you stay tuned in front of the top with your girl, Princess with the Real.
One more thing. Make sure y'all tune in. Check out thesilentwitness.net. Actually, go on there. Put your email on there. I'm flying out to New York. We're shooting this week. I'm saying it's going to be a dope TV series. I'm making my debut. I'm also in the Boosie movie. And I think I got 2 other movies coming up, too. So I'm all over the TV screen.
So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. He got things going on.
Yes.
Y'all go follow him on his platform so y'all can stay tuned with everything he got going on. And make sure you tune in. We got the week from the bottom to the top with your girl Princess with the Real.
Yeah. I done been down before. I had to get up and get it together. Knew one day it would be better.